pitney life, you don't know nothing. A stepfather, if you take care of the pitney, I want to make sure so when a girl, I want to step pitney them alright. Don't celebrate Father's Day, John Crow. Who no dirty sperm doing your boy? Wanna celebrate? And I wouldn't change the way that I grew up for nothing. I like that I'm sweet but street. I like that I'm kind. I like that I'm about it. I like that I'm a hustler. I like that you can take me to the baseball field, but you can take me to the inauguration ball. I like that I'm a former first lady and that I'm an actress. I'm a mother, grandmother, and that you get your ass whooped all at the same time. And I wouldn't change the way that I grew up for nothing. I like that I'm sweet but street. I like that I'm kind. I like that I'm about it. I like that I'm a hustler. I like that you can take me to the baseball field, but you can take me to the inauguration ball. I like that I'm a former first lady and that I'm an actress. I'm a mother, grandmother, and that you get your ass whooped all at the same time. And I wouldn't change the way that I grew up for nothing. I like that I'm sweet but street. I like that I'm kind. I like that I'm about it. I like that I'm a hustler. I like that you can take me to the baseball field, but you can take me to the inauguration ball.
Ashley, I got a yes.
Tired of shooting and posting videos with very few...
At one time, I lived through the spirit and only cared about self. But now,
Taxes. Now I understand.
Excellent opportunity to rent social security apartments. Super low rent.
Men who can't communicate think everything is an argument. Men who lack accountability think everything is an attack. That's why she shut down. She tried.
Yes, the rumors are true. I have 1 billion Hilton Honors points, and I want you to have them. It's
Are you annoyed that people still think of you as Janet Jackson's boyfriend?
No, not really. That's that's an award that nobody else will have. That's my own award. Yeah, nah.
What do you make of her as an artist?
Great, incredible.
A reporter once asked Janet Jackson why she demanded a $200 million settlement from Wissam after their divorce. She replied, "Because I deserved it." In 2010, Wissam, a billionaire businessman worth around $1 billion, had long been infatuated with the pop icon Janet Jackson. In an effort to win her over, he reportedly had rare desserts flown from around the world to her home every day, spent $10 million on luxury houses and jewelry for her, and even leveraged his business connections to secure 6 major global brand partnerships for her. Touched by his pursuit, Janet learned Arabic for him, and, at nearly 50 years old, went through great lengths to give birth to his son. However, after marriage, Wissam's devotion allegedly turned into extreme control. He was said to have confined Janet in a heavily surveilled mansion, restricted her social freedom, and even forced her to halt her multi-million-dollar Unbreakable World Tour midway, ordering her to stop performing entirely and become fully devoted to the household. Whenever Janet resisted, Wissam reportedly mocked her publicly, saying that her Jackson family fame meant nothing. That without him, she was nobody. Under intense emotional pressure, Janet secretly met with her ex-boyfriend Jermaine Dupri to confide in him. In a moment of rage, Wissam allegedly punched her in the face in public, which led a terrified Janet to file for divorce. After the split, Janet received a $200 million settlement. She later relaunched her world tour and made a full...
Are you annoyed that people still think of you as Janet Jackson's boyfriend?
No, not really. That's that's an award that nobody else will have. That's my own award. Yeah, nah.
What do you make of her as an artist?
Great, incredible.
A reporter once asked Janet Jackson why she demanded a $200 million settlement from Wissam after their divorce. She replied,
Be helped out with a professional. Happy awakening of the divine.
Oh, my apologies. Welcome, love and light. I didn't even know it started. I had it down for a whole minute. Oh, fancy seeing you here, Fancy. Happy summer solstice. I was working on another live, getting it up, and didn't know y'all was live here the whole time. So happy awakening of the divine patriarch, the day that they like is a holy day, but that's not what I'm on. One second, let me link us up because I was really working on the other live. They didn't ban me from TikTok, so I was seeing if it worked, if it's gonna let me go ahead and open up. So let's just see what we got here. What we got over here in the ticker talk of the cosmic clock. Happy summer solstice to you. I know I did a live here earlier on sharing some of the high vibe information. Welcome, love and light. Let me go ahead and tap them hearts up. I'm back. I'm back. They let me in. Access granted. TikTok had blocked me, but now I'm back. So today was a very beautiful, successful, eventful day. High frequency, as I say. This, what a way to close out the detox. So this is the 5th day for those who were on the detox, for those who were here with me and starting it 5 days ago. 5 meaning change and bringing change, and for those who are being intentional about the change that they were calling for in their life, world, and affairs. We close that out today. If you started a little bit later, feel free to take your full 5 days, whatever works for you. Ooh. Let me go ahead. Let me tap my hearts up. I'm back. TikTok. They would not let me get on. They said I was supposed to get on yesterday and I could not get on. And even at the event, I was attempting to do a live, and that didn't happen as well. So now I'm back, and I'm gonna do a little live if you come in and engaged, and we'll see how it goes. But right now, just sharing what this intensity was of this day. We shared a wealth of information, and this is what it's about. This is what I like to do. Plug in and attune. We went to plug in and tune into higher frequencies. Go to events that have soul tribe, people that are like-minded like you. This is what I do now. I do not go to other low vibrational, and when I say low vibrational, I don't mean just, some people think it got to be real low to be low. I mean outside of your higher frequencies. I mean things that have distractions, right? Like entertainment, games, things like that. Not saying people can't have fun, but during these high vibrational times, you want to catch that high vibrational wave. Ashe. So this was a place. Hello, welcome in, peace, love, and light. I'm not gonna be here too long because I was out all day. I've been up from 6 in making lasagna. Ooh, y'all got to, my lasagna is the bomb. I'm about to go in and have a little piece now. I've been sharing it with everybody else. I've been on my melons, having on my melons to activate the sacral chakra. This detox for me has been a lot of sacral chakra activation, having a lot of cantaloupe. Watermelon, not so much, but I had a lot of watermelons today. But melons, which are high water, they're water content, high in water content, so it's good to activate your sacral. And this summer solstice, for those who catching it, you get my drift. For those who catching it, is really about the sun being still, of course, but with Chiron in effect, right? Let me see what happened here. Let me go back 1 second. With Chiron that just entered into Taurus right before what it just happened. Let me know if y'all still here on the ticker the talk of the cosmic clock. I don't know if y'all still here. But with it coming in, there we go. Right with Taurus, like what I keep hearing is emotional damage. Like that's what in my head, because it's bringing up the wounds, and in a way where, just like for those of you who see the memes, it's like when something happens that's, hurting your feelings, but it's a reality, it's a truth, right? There's a truth, there's some light that was shed on some truth, and it just so happens that it happens to hurt your feelings. So it's allowing yourself to see this emotional damage, whatever it may be. What is the wound? What is the emotional damage, right? What is that wound for you? So for me, that's what I'm hearing. I'm probably going to be saying that all summer. I don't know, but that's what I'm hearing when it comes to hearing the sound bites, if you will, of Chiron moving into Taurus. And this was some good information that we shared, y'all. Good information. We talked about the calendar. I don't even have the calendar with me now. I actually gave out some calendars. So for those who were there, and this is what I do when I'm in a place where I'm with other spiritual beings, high frequency beings, and I see that they're interested in, and even if they don't have, they may not have come with the funds. You know what? Here it is. Here's my gift to you. Take this because it's a tool. This 5D calendar, and this is what someone was asking me about. I ended up in an impromptu session where I was sharing information. I didn't even plan on it, but you know, someone had asked me, "Oh, you got information out here? They sharing information in there. Can you come bring the calendar and shut like?" So I went in, I shared the information, and they were all just like, we need this. Like, damn, it is to understand returning to the origins of time. When they saw that I opened that calendar and was like, this is not just a calendar. This is what this high frequency is about. Connecting with people who get it. You're not trying to convince nobody or nothing. This is a tool and it's here for you. I have it here. You can have it to use as a tool to help you realize where is the true timeline in you. They even, by me introducing them to the calendar, they had a deeper meaning of the solstice, right? So by the time I explained the calendar to them and everything, I had a lady ask, well, what is this? Like, what is this day then? What does this mean? You know, cosmically speaking. And I'm like, it's an opportunity. It's a pivotal point. It's not just a changing of the seasons. It is a moment where the sun is being still and you're getting the opportunity to get all these light codes of what is coming in at this particular point. And when you understand the seasons, you understand that something is shifting. There's multiple meanings happening for this, but there's a shift that is happening. And so a lot of you that you may be feeling, and as I explained to her, some of us are already feeling things shift up for us. And now the sun, when you understand the luminaries, the sun is highlighting. It's shining its light on what is to be looked at. Everything that we're going to see for this month, as I was explaining to them, we're in the month of Cancer right now. Right? We're not just in a sign of Cancer. This is where we got to change our perspectives. This is not a zodiac. This is not a horoscope. There's no horror stories about the cosmos in me and you. These are the hands of time. Every planet, every what you call sign, every house is basically the planets would be like the hands of time. And the clock itself are the 12 gates or the 12 houses, the 12 months. So when you return, what I was showing them in the calendar is helping you return to the origins of time and understanding where true time is. It's not the only calendar, but you get to understand where true time is. And for some of them, this summer solstice got to open up for them. Thank you for those who coming through. Go ahead and tap the heart so that more people who are on these higher frequencies can find it. But they got to tap in and tune into this summer solstice to blow. Like literally, I had 2 people in there going, like their mind was just like, wait, what you said? Because now you're open, you're in this receptive space, and the light codes are coming in such an intensity. How many of you are getting like downloads and things like that? Peace, love, and light. Thank you for coming in. Come on in, come on in. Happy summer solstice, where this is not just the longest day, but it is amplified light. We are at our solar maximum, and it's right before the Sirius gateway that opens on the 3rd. But a lot of people may even miss that because they get sucked into the holiday of July 4th. So you don't even realize that the Sirius gateway opens on the 3rd and then closes on the 7th. And that's why they did CERN on the 5th, right in the middle, right at the peak. Because see, they too understand the peak of things, just like this is the peak of the summer solstice. They understand when something is, they're in a vortex or they're in a portal, and this is the peak. So they opened up CERN. I don't know how many of you remember, but they opened up CERN on what? July 5th. Right in the middle of the Sirius Gateway. July 3rd to July 7th. And by the way, this is stuff that I have on the calendar. I make sure that we don't miss certain cosmic dates, that we don't miss certain portals. If you have the 5D calendar, you'll see there's portals. You'll see when there's a vortex. You'll see when there's a plant palindrome. You'll see when the sun and the moon, when there's a new moon and there's a full moon. But most importantly, you get to see the true months. And I had it by showing them, for some of them, their birthday. Like, okay, when is your birthday? And one of them, when they told me their birthday, I flipped to the month, which was, I believe he said January. So I flipped to Capricorn to show him where that is. Actually, it wasn't January. It was the end of December. So I flipped to Capricorn to show him where his birthday is. And it was like, I said, you're in the month of Capricorn. This is your month. And according to the day that he say, as it aligns to the day in the calendar, is the third day of the month of calendar, in the month of Capricorn, which we call Set, which is 3 degrees. And when he saw that, it was like, because I said the degrees are the days. Many people don't know that the degrees, when you hear them say the sun is in, like right now, for example, today, the sun is at 0 degree of Cancer. Cancer, which is a cardinal sign, right? And that's another thing to know. These cardinal signs, every time you see a solstice and a equinox, which there are 4, every time you see them, they change in a cardinal sign. Why? Because cardinal is the leading sign. It takes the lead. That's what the cardinal represents. So spring happens in Aries. That's a cardinal sign, right? Summer solstice happens at the beginning of Cancer. That is a cardinal sign. The fall equinox happens at the beginning of Libra, cardinal sign. The winter solstice happens at the beginning of Capricorn, cardinal sign. See, a lot of people don't put these complexes together. A lot of them don't understand that. Ashe, welcome in. Tap those hearts so that more people can find these high frequencies. And it's very high frequency, right? I had the people in there was like just really in awe of this information, because they're seeing, wow, this is not just a calendar. It is really helping you find yourself in the stars, so that you know where you are in the stars. It's not just about your birthday, but I tell people to start with their birthday, because you start with something familiar. Ashe? Start with what you know, and more will be unfolding. And we talked about all kind of things, like because of the questions coming in, they were asking about, so do we move around the sun, or do the sun move around us? And, we were going into some information that it was letting them know, no, we move around the sun. And if you notice what I was telling them, if you notice that Earth is, when it says the sun is in Cancer, like today, it's really the Earth is in Cancer. The Earth is in Cancer at a solar perspective through the light codes of the sun. It is the Earth. So if any of you have done your natal chart, if you notice, you'll never see Earth in there. And when I said that, they were like, yeah, like I never, because the Earth is the sun. And I don't mean that literally. I'm saying the way that they put it. Whenever the sun moves into a sign, it is not the sun, it is us, because we move around the sun. So it is the Earth that moved in. That's your Earth sign. Your sun sign is your Earth sign at a solar perspective. So when you say, oh, I'm born, because that's when you birthed on the Earth. That is your solar return, because you have went around the sun 1 year. Every birthday you have is a solar return back to your point of reference of where you have began. So that is your solar return, you around the sun, us Earth around the sun. And so we understand that, we begin to understand how time is moving through us, in us, and how we are part of this time. We're vessels in time. So it restores you back to that. So it was very interesting to see how We were going back to understanding like the concepts of us being connected to the sun in that way. And then as I explained to them, the sun doesn't stand still. The sun is moving too. It's a lot of moving parts. We moving, the sun moving, everybody moving. Even as the solstice is about the stillness of the sun, it doesn't literally mean that the sun is not moving. What's happening is that at some perspective, something is slowing down to the point where it appears that the sun is not moving to those who are studying the stars, the astronomers and whatnot. They study in astronomy. They study in the location of the stars in astronomy, but they're not studying cosmology. They're not studying the cosmos. There's a difference. The cosmos imply that you are not just studying the location of a particular planet or star, but you are also understanding a cosmic connection with the location of that star. What does it mean for you? It's not just about the star being in that sign or that house, but what does it mean for you? This is why I do the natal chart readings, to help you see, not just to help you know, thank you for the heart meet, not just to help you know what your sign is and your moon sign, but what does that mean for you? It is a cosmic transcript of your soul, of what you are here to unfold in. And every day that the stars and the planets and everything is moving where they're moving, it's the moving pieces that are giving us information about what we are supposed to do. It's giving us the answers, the patterns, your sun sign, moon sign, your north node, south node is telling you where you're coming from, where you're going. Every bit to do with you. So when we understand the degrees, you might say, well, what that got to do with me in the calendar? And they saw it. The more we talked, they started to understand, oh. So when you understand that the degrees are the days, you make sure when you're looking at the calendar, instead of you're listening to a forecast and it's like, oh, the sun is at 0 degrees. Today they may say the sun is at 0 degrees Cancer, but you're going to understand that it's the 0 point. It's a beginning point into this next house of principalities. And now what does that mean? Cancer is about the emotional life, your emotional life. The moon rules Cancer. It's about your family life, your ancestral, your lineage, your maternal lineage, all of this. So what does that mean for you? What is it opening up for you? And then the planets that are there are telling you something too. So Jupiter, that has been in Cancer all year, has been saying to us, hello, expansion. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and knowledge and wisdom, is saying, look into this and gain some expanded wisdom in here. It is expanding our view and our concepts of what has been happening in our family lives. And while Jupiter was there, Uranus was in Taurus, shaking up the foundations, breaking stuff up. That's why some of the family stuff is coming up. Not to get on your nerves, not to drag you, even though you may feel dragged and drained, but it's to highlight something to you. It's bringing you something to understand. It's expanding its view and bringing wisdom out of the experience for you. What is it that you have learned? If you have learned. If you've learned anything at all, what did you learn? And that's what Uranus disrupts. The radical changes is disrupting things. So are some things going to feel disruptive? Yes. Let's look at it. Now let's look at it. Now Chiron is coming and saying, let's look at this wound. Now you see the wound. Now you feel wounded. You ready to look at it? You feel betrayed. You feel hurt. You feel abandoned. You feel mad. All of these things. Now are you ready to look at this wound and what it means to you? And why you're experiencing it? Right? So a lot of moving parts are happening, but we have to be willing vessels to see what this is and tap into your energy centers. Like I was telling them, the root chakra is like Taurus is about the perspective. So a lot of us are being asked to reevaluate our perspectives. through the wounds now. Now you're wounded. Now, are you ready to change your perspective? Or are you still going to drag that wound and still trying to have it your way? And if that's the case, then you didn't evolve with the north node, south node in Virgo into the north node in Pisces into a spiritual maturation. The south node in Virgo is asking you to let go of it gotta be done this way. I gotta understand it this way. It has to come through my understanding in this way. Release that. Let it go. If you're still holding on to something that you have not evolved through that north node, south node passage. And it is time for us to re-look at these perspectives. If it's money, whatever it is, it's for you to change. And a lot of people don't see that. Change your concept. If it's relationships, it's family. Like one of the things I said to them is learn that the things that happened in your family needed to happen so you could realize that you're here to break certain generational traumas. And not just for the family, but for you. You chose that particular bloodline to come through, to have your experience. We got to remember these things. And when we do, it lightens it for us, and it helps us to take what's happening with a grain of salt. It helps us to not be so uptight. Because one of the things that I was experiencing too is there are some people that are still uptight about what's going on. This is what I want you to do. This is what I'll ask of you and what the universe is asking us to do. Take a deep breath. Whenever anything comes up, before getting into it, take a deep breath. Breathe in. And ask yourself, what is this here to show me? Really? And ask yourself, when you take a deep breath, loosen your grip and not be so uptight. Ask yourself, what am I uptight about? What is this saying to me? Where is it that I need to have accountability for what is showing up? Even if the other person is dead wrong, or whatever the external situation is dead wrong, it's here to help you. Right? We got to remember that our internal situations, if you will, they attract the external occurrences. So whatever's happening externally is showing you what's happening internally. What is that for you? And this is what we're being invited into as the wounded healer. Chiron is here in Taurus to say, hey, reevaluate this. Yeah, this person hurt your feeling. Now, instead of harping on that, take a deep breath, respite, and know who you are in the stars. Know that you chose this. What is it that I need to transcend? What's the lesson here? What's the pattern here? What is it that I need to overcome? Because that's what it's bringing to you. And so whatever comes up from this point on, this is a shift that we're seeing for those who are really willing to do the work. And if you need help, as I say that, because a lot of people were coming to me about this too, so I'm sharing it with y'all. And I said it to them, if you're really willing to do the work, I'm doing a workshop with the full moon coming up. This is leading to that. This solstice is opening you up to that. And if you really want to dive in and uncover and unfold what needs to unfold, don't just sit on the sidelines. Tap in, tune in. We're going to be doing a 7-day workshop. And in that workshop, I can break more things down to you. I can break down because the chakras play a part in this too. These are your energy centers. And these energy centers are doorways into your consciousness. And so when the full moon comes, it's an opportune time to ride that energy wave. It's a cosmic spotlight that's highlighting the dysfunctions that we have not been seeing, that's been hiding deep in our subconscious mind. It brings it to the surface. That's why you get irritated with the full moon, around the full moon, because it's bringing up things that we need to address. So find out, where do you have any frustration, any irritation, any annoyance? The very thing that is annoying you is something inside of you. Let me say that again, because I know a lot of people, I found it hard when I first heard it. And the very thing that is annoying you is a reflection. It's only a reflection. It's the mirror on the outside. Bring it in because it's you. It's you, boo. And I'm saying it to you because I do it to myself when it's too much and I'm like, what is this? Oh my God. Okay, you know what? All right, I got it. It's me. It's me. It's me. All right, so let me ask the right question. See, sometimes we got to reframe our questions. It's not, why is this happening to me? Why this gotta, no, okay, let me reframe it. What is this to me and what is it that I need to learn? What is it that I need to see? And this is bringing it to me. Thank you. Thank you, person who pissed me off. Thank you for bringing this to me so I can see it. And then now you can release them from it. The moment you find out what it is in you, you don't even have to try. You don't even have to try to forgive. I say this in the forgiveness workshop all the time. Well, one time, because I only did one forgiveness workshop. But we talk about it all the time when we talk about forgiveness. It's not about the person on the outside. Don't try to forgive them on the external. It's about where in you have you allowed something to happen. Where in you, by you not standing up for you and you not having boundaries or whatever it is, you misconstruing something or doing something based on some programmed concepts and you had it all misconstrued. So therefore you put yourself in a position to have this happen, even in thought. Where were your misguided thoughts that allowed this feeling to happen, for you to feel attacked? It's me. And so this gives us a time to really look at ourselves. So if you're really ready to move forward, if this is for you and it resonates with you as true, I invite you into the workshop. Email me at akilatextry@gmail.com. Email me or message me, because we're starting this week. This week. See, I be saying this and people be still missing it sometimes. The full moon is on the 29th or the 28th, depending on what time it is. We start on the 26th, 3 days before the full moon. And this is going to help to transmute some blocks that you have in your lower chakras. The full moon comes and it's like the full moon raises, I don't want to say raise, but raises the tides. There you go. Thank you. Thank you for the gift. Raises the tides in you, right? It shines the cosmic spotlight on the dysfunctions, raises the waters, just like it raises the ocean, the tides, it raises the tides in you. The waters are the emotions, and emotions are indicators of information. The emotion is simply information. So it brings that up, energy in motion, so that is at the forefront, so you can see it. And it allows us to then work with it and move through our energy centers now that the full moon has brought it up. It's kind of like catching it, if I could explain it that way, catching a wave. So when the full moon begins to wax up to its peak, 3 days before, we start in our root chakra. We start addressing what's going on in the root, the most physical body. And we begin to transmute. And it's like catching it to see what is in our physical body that is disturbing us. Do you see it? That's what the universe is saying. Do you see it? Every full moon, y'all, every full moon, we get this opportunity. Ashe, thank you. Do you see it? Do you see it? Bring it up. And then it gives us a chance to work it through the sacral, the emotional body. Removing any guilt and helping you to get a true perspective in the feelings. Like, yes, you've been feeling it, but now get a true perspective. Learn to extract the information. A healthy sacral is when you can extract the information. For one, you allow yourself to feel the feeling, whatever it is, good, bad, or ugly. You don't run from it. You don't hide. You don't avoid. You don't deny. You don't try to tell the feeling what you're feeling. You allow. You simply allow the feeling. That is the strength of the sacral chakra. And this solstice had a lot to do with the sacral. Like I said, I keep hearing emotional damage. So the sacral is really that emotional body, and as the sun is moving into Cancer, that's emotional. So we're seeing a lot of things that are going to be happening that are bringing it up through our emotions, that are going to allow us to even feel it in our nervous system, because your nervous system is the bridge. It's your nervous system is calibrating all of this, because when you feel things, it goes through your what? Your nerves. That's why we say, you get on my nerve. Everything that you feel, whether you feel it physically or figuratively, inside, internally, it is a feeling. It has to process through your nervous system. And for some of us, our nerves be shot. I'm just saying, it be shot. So we got to really sift through. We got to process, allow these. So let me get back to that sacral. Allow the feelings to come up so that you can then extract. You can say, why did this come to me? What is it that I need to know in wisdom? What is it I need to know? Not stuck in my feelings. Not stuck in being mad. Stuck in feeling whatever it is that you feel. Get out of that. Step over that, or get into it. Face it. Either way, just face it and say, you know what, this is what I'm feeling. So that now the information can come to you and be like, oh, and that's why I'm feeling it. It means this. And the moment you gain a true perspective, after you extract the information, you will gain a true perspective on what that feeling is. Rather than being stuck in your feeling, you aerate the dirt. Right? I know you're probably like, what? This has to do with the workshop. In the workshop, we work. It's an interactive workshop. We get in the garden, and at the sacral chakra is when you get into the earth, the dirt, the feelings. Because the soil represents the subconscious mind, which is the feelings. And it needs to be aerated. You need to till the soil so that air can move through it, so it's not stuck, tight dirt, where you stuck in your feelings. Right? So the sacral is really going to help you find a true perspective. And once you have the true perspective, you build in your solar plexus. Now you can know who your true identity is. But once any of the lower chakras are shot, so are the rest, because the root is the foundation, and if the foundation is messed up, then the rest of it going up is going to be messed up. So we take this time in this workshop to really go within, utilizing it's like we grab the full moon and we shine the spotlight right in the spots where we need it, and rather than run from it or be frustrated and misappropriate these feelings, only adding to more BS in your soul. You're only sinking yourself a deeper hole every time, rather than intentionally investigating. This is an introspective investigation into your soul, allowing you to unlock some soul codes because of what has been locked in your subconscious mind. And so this is like picking the lock in your own conscious safely, click, click, without making your ego feel like it's under attack. Because that's why we don't listen, because anytime the ego feels like it's under attack, and it could be over concepts. Some of us like to hold on to what we believe, and we got a death grip on it, a vice grip. And the ego will feel attacked if you are introducing new concepts that the ego has not released yet. This is why we have to have ego death. We have to put the ego down. Not get rid of it, just humbleize your ego. Put what you think you knew on the shelf and just humble the ego so that more can come in. Ashe? So we went into so much, a wealth of information. We talked about ancestry. We talked, the calendar then led into some other things cosmically, where people could understand, like, you know, just how the galactic center plays its part. Because just like we moving around the sun is moving around the galactic center, and that Milky Way that you see is really the newt, that arch that some of you may know about, with the woman, with the woman, the blue woman with the stars that's arched over like that. For those of you who may know the Kemetic drawing, and some may say it's Anunnaki, and she's arched over like this, the blue woman. How many of y'all seen that? Let me see who know what I'm talking about. How many of y'all have seen that drawing? The newt. Yeah, that's the galactic center over there, and we're moving around that. Yes, Ashe, it's the covenant. Is the covenant, is what you're saying. Of the covenant, or is the covenant. The 12. Yes, and the 12, are you talking about in regards to the newt? Is that what you mean? What were you, when you mentioned a 12, what is it that you're talking about in regards to that? What let me see. Oh, something's in the way. Let me get back. Thank you for the follow. Follow back, youngin'. Whoop, whoop. Follow back, youngin'. Whoop, whoop. Instead of holler back, right? So, let me see what you're saying about the 12, if you put that in. 144, yes. The 12 is the 144. Thank you for reminding me. I'm speaking to my 144 ascendants and my 369ers. And a lot of us don't realize it, but as I was explaining to them, even in the calendar, the first 9 months, right? Ooh, dedicated, love and light. Thank you, sis. The first 9 months in the calendar, as I explained to them, starts in Aries. And the first 9 months, even 9 represents something. 9 is the spiritual completion. So by the time we get to Sagittarius, it is a spiritual completion. You know why? Because we are having an evolutionary travel through the planets, through the 12 gates, all of that. There's an evolutionary expansion that is happening. So when we get to Sagittarius, the 9th month, Deca, yes, Deca, December, Deca is well, Deca is 10. But when we get to Sagittarius, we're actually in November. So when we get to that 9th month as Sagittarius, the centaur is pointing its arrow to the galactic center. That means that we have reached to an 11, and this is every year, y'all. Think about, and this is what I said to them, think about how every year we have the opportunity to be in direct connection, pointing to the galactic center, or I should say the galactic center is pointing to us, where we're in a direct alignment with the galactic center, getting the direct codes. I was saying dedication. Thank you, dedicated. Yes, be that kind of dedication, meaning being intentional, means we are supposed to prepare every year for that alignment to the galactic center. Yet it is distracted every year by a holiday, a major holiday, and everybody is so busy doing what they're doing for the holidays that you don't have time to align with your light codes that you're getting directly to the galactic center, that you don't have time to even see that you have completed something for the year. These 9 months brings you to a spiritual completion in the evolutionary travel through those 12 gates, right? And so when I said it, they was like, oh my God, and I said, exactly, this is why we got to do away with the holidays. It's a distraction. Every month there's something cosmically going on that you are missing because you are inundated with holidays. It is time for us to take a stand. It is time for us to know where we stand in the cosmos and stop passing up your cosmic ascension. Stop passing up your soul's ascension and the chance to unlock dormant codes, because the codes will unlock when you align with the divine in time. We are vessels in time that exist in a time-space reality continuum. that continues into a space-time reality. So it's for us to be in alignment with this assignment of our time within our lifetime and for the previous lifetimes. Ashe? Ashe, ashe. And so, thank you for the hearts. And so when we don't realize this is a pivotal moment, get your light codes every solstice and every equinox. These are the holidays that we need to pay attention to. This is when we need to do everything we can in our soul to align with what's happening at that time. Where are the planets? What planets are in what kind of relation with each other? Because the aspects of the planets mean something. Which one is squared with this one? It tells you something. It tells you the tension that is building in the square that is coming to bring you something. Where is there a trine at that particular time? It tells you that there's something between these two planets that is going to bring harmony. It is a harmonizing point. What are we harmonizing? And in order to know, you got to be able to understand the principalities. What they say, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but what? Principalities. What are those principalities? And I'm seeing 5. So, ooh, I'm loving this 5. Every time I look, I keep seeing 5 on both YouTube and TikTok. And that's confirmation that we did this detox to detach these 5 days. It is confirmation. It may be confirmation for some of you that you've been seeing 5, 5, 5, because 5 is change, which is Uranus, radical change. It is time for a change, like Michael Jackson said. Time to make a change. Woo! So, yes, we have to start having some self-disciplines. And like I said to them in there, I'm not trying to tell nobody, I'm trying to take you off your holidays. I was an avid holiday follower, but right now, when you know the truth, you can't unknow it. You can't pretend that you don't. I mean, you can, but it's going to cause you some pain. To whom much is given, much is required. Who know better, do better. So when I know that these holidays are here to distract me and take me off of my assignment and my alignment, and they harvest your energy on these holidays while they do their malicious alignment, because an alignment is an alignment, and they'll harvest your stuff, and then they will align their malicious deeds to manifest what they want with our true timeline. Don't think these people don't know what's happening. When they have certain things on certain dates, it's because they understand the time behind the scenes. I'm talking about the elites. And not only just the elites, the opposition energy. The opposition energy that is working through people who will allow it to work through them. Sometimes they pick certain dates and they don't know why, but the energy that is using them knows exactly why. The energy that they are aligned with knows exactly why they pick the dates that they pick, or why they do what they do. Either way, they're harvesting your collective energy. And I'm saying your because I know that I plugged out of the matrix already. I literally, really, I'm not just saying it. Let me just say this. If you're still celebrating any type of holiday, you're still plugged into the matrix. I'm being so honest. It's no way you could be out the matrix and every time a holiday come, you hop, skip, and jump. I'm so out of the matrix, but I got a Christmas dinner to go to. You're plugged in. Oh, I'm so out of the matrix, but happy Mother's Day. You're plugged in. Oh, I gotta go do this for Mother's Day. I gotta go do this for Father's Day. You're plugged in. They got you plugged. And it's not just, some people may think, oh, well, it's just a holiday. No, they got you plugged in. And if you're plugged in, then they are harvesting your energy as the collective energy while they utilize it and do what they need to do with it. and you are out of touch with what is really happening on these particular days. Like today, everybody running around, Happy Father's Day, Happy Father. Did you not realize that it's the solstice? You missed an alignment with the sun because you were running around saying Happy Father's Day. You wanted to go do some Father's Day activity. And I'm not trying to make nobody feel bad for what they do. I'm simply being honest and oh so true. It's something that I had to toil with myself. It's better that you take that time and get into the divine masculine in you. At least you'll be tapping into your soul. Be intentional about harnessing these light codes to amplify your light code. To tap into your soul and get to know thyself a little bit more. That's what know thyself means. It means get to know the parts of you that you don't know. Everybody know your name. Where everybody knows your name. I know I just showed my age. And they're always glad you came. Cheers. People think, oh, I know me. No, just because you do some spiritual work, that don't mean you know yourself. Just because you have some spiritual knowledge, that don't mean you know yourself. Talk to me when you find out something that you didn't know about yourself, when you drag something out of your subconscious that you've been hiding, that you buried from childhood, and you think because you don't bring it up or because nobody brings it up that you could just skate by in the universe. You don't know. Talk to me when you realize that you did some things and now you know why you did it. Because you had accountability. Now that's knowing thyself. Because now you're getting to know the parts of you that you didn't know in your subconscious that caused you to do some foolishness in your life, world, and affairs that is causing things to show up in your life like that. And instead of blaming everybody else, you start to look within and say, I know it's here. We got to start looking within like we lost our keys. Let me say it like, you know how when you looking like, I know it's here somewhere, and you will not give up. When you lose your phone, when you lose your keys, you digging the hell up out of the house. Why we don't do that in our soul when we lost our mind? When you lose a part, a fragment in your mind, when you lose something, why don't we dig in our soul in that way that we would dig up the house looking for some keys or looking for that phone? That's what we're supposed to do. Ignorance is no excuse. Not in 5D. It's everywhere. It's all on it. You can't hide. You can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. So we got to dig in our soul like that. If we can't, you know how many people be like, I just don't know. I don't know what it is. You better dig. You better dig and dig deep. Ask yourself the question you need to ask and be receptive. Be open. That means move your thoughts out of the way that is blocking you from not getting the answer. You saying you don't know and universe going, you damn well know, but you got that stupid thought in your mind where you think you right and it's blocking the way and the answer is right there. But you can't see the answer because you have your own answer in your mind. That's why you don't know. Or you don't want to face something. So that's why you don't know. This is the point where we have to stop saying, I don't know, and go figure it out. Go get a damn clue. Dig like you digging for keys. Be like, I don't know, but I know it's here somewhere. I know. You better lift a flint of wood, lift the rock, lift everything. And keep asking nonstop, consistently. Don't just ask one time and be like, well, I asked, but God don't want to answer. It's not that God don't want to answer or the universe, because that God is you, the God in you. It's not that God don't want to answer. It's that you don't want to hear an answer. The answer that you're getting, you keep dismissing. You keep looking over it and being like, I don't know. I just don't see it. Dig. Dig deep. And when you ask in a way where you're really allowing truth to come forth. That's how you do your soul work. Ask in a way where you drop all the other obvious external bullshit and you really just look within and be like, oh man, damn. Emotional damage. When it hit, that's how it hit. You be, look, y'all, I be getting my feelings hurt sometimes. When these lessons come and they hit, you be like, damn. Okay, I get it. I'm gonna take that on the chin. We cannot be afraid to be wrong. I look forward to being wrong. Look forward to finding you're wrong and being like, damn, I was wrong. That's how you dig deep. So, like I said, like I was telling them, one of the major things you can do to unlock dormant codes is find your wounds, because the wounds are blocking you. The resistance is there because of your wounds. Ashe? The resistance is there because of the wounds that you are holding there. Remember, you're conduits of light. Information is flowing through. What are you holding in that light? What's blocking you? It can't freely flow. It can't wire. The wire can't fire. So the more you remove the wounds is the more you open up the flow, and it just comes through your crown. It's like you're opening your crown, opening up your crown. Let that lotus flower open. And all the energy, all the information from the ethers can just pour right into your crown, going and touching each and every part of you, going through each energy center by first coming through that crown. Illumination. Let there be light. Ashe? Right? Yes, find my wounds. Find what they are. Look for it like you looking for some lost keys. Some of y'all look for it like you looking for your favorite food. Like, I know it's here. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it, and I'm not going to let it go till I hear the answer. It may not come right away, but it'll come. If you are being patient, obedient, receptive, and non-judgmental, and non-egoic, removing your protection filter, allow yourself to be okay with being hurt. In the ego, because it be the ego that be hurt. Allow yourself to be like, all right, got it. So, I'm gonna stop there, because Spirit will have me keep going. And like I said, I just wanted to go back live. We all the way live, back live. TikTok opened back up my live. I guess I better not say the R word again. And I'm going to still say it. I'm just not going to say it right now because I know they'll cut me off again. But apparently, because they're not going to control the words. This is another thing, a part of the system. They want to control the words we say because they know words have power. And they know that we're awakening. And when we use these words, we're understanding why we're using them and how. It's not just being used in ignorance. It's being used with power and knowing that this has to happen. So you're not going to have me talking about unalive, walking around no. It's death, kill, murder. Do what you must, TikTok. But yeah, they was blocking me, y'all. They knew this message had to come out, and I could not share the live with y'all where we were at the event. So when I came and saw that, oh, now they opened up the live, I was like, all right, let me share a little bit of this energy with y'all while I have a little bit still in me, because as soon as I go in, I'm knocking out. So if anybody wants a natal reading, before I go, let me share this with you. If anybody wants a natal reading, if you want a 5D calendar to help get you back on your true timeline, and if you want to sign up for the upcoming workshop, this is really going to be pivotal after this solstice to really take advantage of this, and you want to know more about what's in the subconscious, you're going to want to sign up for this workshop. I can't make you. I can only tell you that it's there, but it works if you work it, so you got to be ready to work it. So this workshop is going to be this week coming up on the 26th. So if you're interested in any of that, natal chart, one-on-one, 5D calendar, 5D timekeeping, or the workshop, don't let it pass you by. These tools are to help us into the next dimension, help us into 5D a little bit more with ease, and help us understand the shift that is taking place. It's going to help you quantum leap and be able to get rid of any debris that you have in your soul. Some of you are just stuck at a checkpoint because you haven't let go some of the baggage. So let's see what that baggage is, and let's transmute it, remove it, transmute it in love, and bringing us into alignment with the love frequency in 5D. Ashe. So if that's for you and you're interested, you can message me, comment here, like, subscribe, share, all of that to get the algorithms going. And you can email me at akilatextri@gmail.com, AKILAHTEXTRI@gmail.com. And I'm happy to share these light codes with you that we got on the longest day for the sun to be still. So please, for the next 3 days, while it's still, be still. Go nowhere, do nothing. Call out, can't make it, my soul is more important. And when you do, ground, sit in the sun, even for 5 to 10 minutes, ground with the earth, sit in the sun, listen to the wind, the wisdom in the wind, and drink lots of water. That's your starter kit. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't get nothing on you. All right, so enjoy the rest of your solstice. These 3 days, I will do a live, if not tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, because I'm going to recoup. I'm going to be on my rest day tomorrow. But if Spirit guides me to, I'll get on and I'll let you all know, and we'll do a closing out of the detox officially, and share any other information that may come up. Is there anything else, Spirit? I believe that's it. And I thank you. I'm not, for those of you who are saying something, my phone went dark, so that's why I couldn't see it. It's about to die, both phones. So my apologies if I'm not able to answer to it right now. If it's a question that you have, please message me and comment so that I can see the question or the comment if it's something that you wanted me to respond to. And yeah, I believe that's it. I feel like there was something missing, but it's gonna have to come back another time. So we'll be here. I'll be here when I return. At the solar maximum. It was something to do with the 3 days. I know it was. But sit in those 3 days and be as still as you can to get maximum light codes with this particular solstice. And on the 3rd day is Miracle Day. So after this, 1, 2, 3, Miracle Day. And the sun will be moving forward. And by then you would have gotten some clarification, especially if you're intentional. So go within, because it's a win. Peace, love, and light.